Time for some deep shit, man. Let me tell people something. See, one of the things that's been annoying me since I really started podcasting and really just talking on the mic is like I've been doing this for like 3 or 4 years now. Like just get on the microphone, talking to myself, talking to the interwebs, and seeing people like what I'm fucking saying. And what you learn to do as you begin to do this particular like art is that you kind of find out what people like, what makes you interesting, and how to be communicative so other people want to actually listen to what the hell you're saying. And the big problem I notice with just most people in reality that don't interact or talk to people or don't touch grass is that they want to talk to you and they think what they're saying is important to you because what you're saying makes sense to them. And they don't actually understand on the other end, it makes for very, very terrible radio or very terrible audio thing. And I've been learning this from spaces, from just watching stream panels. A lot of people who jump on these stream panels think that they're giving some intricate thing, but they're not giving full logical statements that people from the outside who have no idea who they are can comprehend what's going on in the conversation. So it just sounds like a bunch of fucking blah. And most people get offended because it's hurtful to know that you're not interesting. Like I hate to explain that to people, but most people are not very interested. Not very good at talking, not very good at having conversations, and a lot of times I'm carrying the conversation. And how do I know this? Because I've been in conversations where I was the one being carried. That's how I know this. And so if you can't identify that you're boring the audience, and that the only people that are listening to you are there for the original person who's like maybe said me or said host who has the audience, it can be very misleading and very shocking and jarring to the average person who doesn't have self-awareness. See, one of the things that Touching Grass, actually, I need to make a whole series called the Touch Grass series. Because what the Touch Grass series pretty much teaches you is what it's like to actually interact with people and not via the interwebs where like they say something, then they say something. No. When you're interacting and communicating with people, there is a constant flood of information on both sides, even when you're not saying anything. Even silence and just looking, your facial expressions. I believe they say 80% of all communication is facial expressions or micro expressions. It's reading people's faces. And if you can read people's faces, you kind of get a real feedback of if what you're saying is fucking actually like palpable to the person you're talking to. But when you don't touch grass, when all your fucking interactions with people on the internet, you think everything you say is worth the fuck because people respond to it on the internet. But in real life, nobody responds to that. They'll be like, what the hell is this person talking about? This is, what? What are you saying? And people be like, well, you don't understand what I'm saying? No, nigga, I don't understand what you're saying. And that's really the big misconstruction of people who make content. It's like you have to understand how to get people to listen to what you're saying. And the way you get people to listen to what you're saying is you use logic. It's the only way this fucking game works. Unless you have a great editor who's going to cut all your stuff and make microtransactions. But if we're talking about just long form monologues of people just listening to you talk, like how I'm particularly talking to you via the interwebs, you have to speak bars. Like it's plain and simple. Fucking bars. That's all you got to drop. You dropping bars and logic and the shit's real and it's true, motherfuckers going to listen to you. But if you're not, niggas are going to be like, what am I watching? And it better be gimmicky. It better be funny. Because if you're not speaking bars, nobody wants to hear it unless it comes with some type of fucking vehicle that makes it look funny. What the fuck is this? Ugh. Oh my God. That's one of those. Okay, I see what that is. Yeah. Side note. That's a whole side thing. Let me go take care of this real quick. Yeah, and see, here's the thing. A lot of people find other people who are interesting when they're speaking and talking. They're like, oh, this guy's so interesting. I think we'll be a great duo if we talk. It's like, no, you think that you can just ride my fucking coattails or ride said person's coattails to stardom by just being a hanger-oner and not really contributing shit to the thing, having somebody else carry you. I call conversations are a lot like Fortnite. For all my Fortnite and Battle Royale players, see, if you ever played a Battle Royale game or you play duos, unless you guys are equally yoked where you guys can both get kills and just play without thinking for the other person, just kind of just doing whatever you want it to do, somebody's getting carried and somebody's doing the carrying. And that's a very terrible situation because the person who's getting carried loves to play with the person who's carrying because they have to do less work and they get the better result, which is a dub. But the person who's carrying is like, fuck, like I got to do everything. I got to think for you. I got to shoot the other guys. I got to play defense for myself. I got to protect your backside. And all you gotta do is just sit there and fucking exist and you get the fucking dub like I did. I did all the hard work. That's not fun for the person doing the carrying. And I know I do a lot of carrying around here. And this is not just like as far as conversation. This is just in life in general. Nobody likes to be the guy who has to carry the squad. It fucking sucks. You want other people who can carry shit so you can take a load off sometimes. But this is the problem with life, is that you don't always get to play with the best people. Sometimes you got to be the main guy the whole time. And so what I was able to identify, and this is what I'm trying to say, communication, you have to be able to explain your point to people to where they get it. They don't have to meet you. You have to go meet them where they're at. That's the point of communication. Like, it's like me trying to tell a 5-year-old, like, about liquidation of their assets. They're like, what are you talking about? I'm fine. Like, they don't understand what the hell you're saying. And this is a lot of people. A lot of people try to pull this stuff on you. They try to make you feel dumb for not understanding what they're saying. And I look at it like, bro, you're the dumb one because you can't explain it to me who don't know what you're talking about. Because, okay, you got all this information. You're telling me it. You're telling me to go do research. I'm like, bro, why can't you just explain it to me? Well, I am explaining to you. I'm telling you terms and things. I'm like, okay, I don't know these terms. So can you explain these terms? Because we both speak English. So there has to be a way for you to be able to reduce whatever the hell you're telling me in a way or fashion that I can be able to create some type of analogy from what you're telling me. And most people don't have that ability because most people are so fucking egotistical and self-involved. I would say is the word. Egotistical and self-involved that they're incapable of understanding that other people can't understand what they were saying. They believe whatever they say is the perfect thing that makes sense. And if you don't understand what they're saying, then shit. Well, those who know only know. It's like, bro, what? What are you talking about? And I get so annoyed with communication skills with just the average person because it trickles down through society. And it's like, if I date certain girls, I have to deal with certain bullshit with girls because they dealt with a guy who's just a bullshit liar who was a piece of shit and lied and always spoken like in this weird code and trying to make things. He never spoke plainly and bluntly. And so she always is like confused when you speak bluntly. She's like, oh my God, that's shocking. It's like, no, nobody ever told you that your breast stank when you woke up in the morning? Bitch, go brush your teeth. And guys, like, it's a whole lying spirit of the West. This is one of my great mentors taught me. He says the West has a lying spirit. A lot of guys just sit there and lie. They don't know what the hell. Rather than admit they don't know what they're talking about, or rather than admit that they don't have a complete understanding of what they're going over or what they're explaining, they rather just try to throw terms at you and basically lie to make it seem like they know what they're talking about. But in reality, they don't know jack shit. They're out here just as confused and lost as you are, except for they did a little bit more YouTube research. And that's really that's my whole ramble about communication. It's like, bro, communication falls on the communicator. If I can't get my 5-year-old to understand, stop shit in the bed, and when you have to go poop, go pull your pants down, go pee in the fucking toilet, or go sit on the toilet. If I can't explain it to my 5-year-old, that's on me. Because at the end of the day, the 5-year-old is going to keep pooping on the fucking floor. He don't care. It's up to me to explain, listen, this is why you don't poop on the floor or poop on yourself anymore. Because there's a thing called a toilet. In this toilet, you can go and you poop on it instead of pooping yourself, and it magically flushes down the toilet and goes someplace in the ocean. And the 5-year-old can be like, what? Wow? You mean I don't have to poop on myself no more? Yeah, man, you don't have to poop on yourself anymore. What? And that's how you do it. That's how you communicate. Explain to the other person, why does this benefit me, and how does it happen, and how do I accomplish it? That's all communication is, man. It's so fucking simple. I'm just tired. Hit the Cash App, hit a book and consultation so we can get deep into the logic of understanding what life is about, man. Because I'm trying to help you people. Because you people, god damn it, you need help. Brush your face, brush your teeth, nigga. Comb your hair, drink water, touch grass. That's the message.